So for those of you who aren't familiar with Scott Miller, Scott, also known as Scotticus in the visual pinball community, is a digital pinball content creator who has authored and contributed to 2 tables on the Essential Tables list, as well as many, many more. He's also a woodworking master craftsman, a jack of all trades, a pinball technician, refurbisher and restorer, and also the fabricator of the now award-winning Cuphead Homebrew pinball machine. And for those of you who are wondering who this guy is, this is Jason, and he's the guy who's responsible for porting visual pinball over to your phone and other Apple and Android devices. And it was a great pleasure to meet up with him also at Pinball Expo 2025. So I discovered Scott's work about 3.5-4 years ago when I came across this huge swath of like really beautiful and well playing EM tables, and I was like, who the heck is this guy? And I realized that there was a board connection in there, and as you guys know, Board is one of my favorite VP visual pinball creators of all time. And I said, I gotta look more into this, and I came across an interview that Marty Reinhardt had done, Smog from Game Club Central, basically pizza time with Scotticus, and I watched the whole interview with my wife, and I thought, man, I really have a kinship with this guy. He's talking about nags and all these things, you know, and I really thought, wow, what a fascinating guy. He's got all these hobbies and he does all this cool stuff. So I figured I'd start reaching out to him and start an online sort of messaging relationship with him over time, but we had never really met in real life. A lot of people don't know this, but Scotticus was actually the first person to play Sands of the Aten and the first person to review it, and he immediately noticed the Ted Zale wiggle lane that I'd put into it and the other Easter eggs, and I knew that he got it right away. And he was with me through Nosferatu, the entire build. I was bouncing ideas off him, showing him where I was at each stage of the table, and he also did some of the testing for the never mind the Bollocks table. So, but this was the first time we'd ever met up in real life, and I was really excited to see Scott, and I was really excited to play Cuphead, so it was a cool experience. And as a great stroke of luck, I got to spend the opening of my first Pinball Expo experience checking out Scott's amazing From Pixels to Pinball seminar, which I'm going to include at the links at the end. And then shortly after that, and 3 years after texting back and forth, I finally got to shake the man's hand, and it was awesome. So as I said in the Kid in a Candy Store episode 1 video, if you ever get a chance to play Cuphead in real life, take it. It's awesome. I was actually blown away by the craftsmanship of that table. It was much higher quality, the playfield and the graphics, than I was ever expecting. And I'd seen many videos and pictures of the table, but I had not seen that really awesome holographic topper on top. Here's some videos and pictures of Scott and I playing 2-player, and he was absolutely walloping me, and I was having some bad luck, but that table was pretty brutal. I was able to come back later and redeem myself and get a comparable score, but you know, it's a monster.
Guess which one's his score?
And for those of you who don't know, Cuphead was originally a visual pinball table that was created by Onebox, and it was later upgraded and modified by Scotticus and Board, and that was the basis for the Homebrew, and it translated well. As Scott would tell you, the physics in visual pinball are so accurate that if something works in the visual pinball space, it's likely to work in a real life table, and he did a hell of a job on it.
Try and backhand it back up this lane.
Sure, it makes sense. And if it's a soft one, you get stuck on the brake, so let's give it a second to fall first.
Alright. Devil bumper's flashing. I'm almost. Oh, there you go. Multi-ball. Just let that first ball drain. These are Scotticus's tips too, eh? Let that first ball drain, then play this ball because you already got one in the plunger lane. You don't really need two balls on the table. It's not really advantageous. But when you complete this ball, then you would play that ball as an extra ball. It's a pretty ingenious way to deal with the multi-ball. I think it's cool. But Scott is a very great, talented guy. Cuphead rocks.
So big love to the one and only Scott Miller. It was great seeing you at Pinball Expo 2025. We will meet up again, brother. I wish you well, and it was great meeting you also, Jason. DT out.